everybody. How's everyone doing on this fine Saturday evening as we slowly approach the grind that is Alpha 2, waiting for the game to finally come out where we can be able to test it slash play it. I hope everyone had a great week, and we're here again to talk anything Ashes. So whatever you got, throw it at me. I'm not sure. We might change up the format a little bit. I am off this week coming up for spring break. I apologize for my green screen, guys. I know it's a little funky tonight. I rearranged the room today, so my lighting's a little bit off. So it's something I have to work on a little bit later. I just kind of picked up on it a little bit later today. So I do apologize for that. I'll get that sorted out. As I was saying, no, I'm on spring break next week, and I don't want to just sit here. I mean, I love talking Ashes, but sometimes the chat can be a little bit dead. So I don't want to sit here and stare at the computer for an hour or an hour and a half each time. So I might be playing some games. I'm not sure what games I'm going to play. Maybe I'll let you guys decide. I'm thinking about maybe playing a little bit of Dead by Daylight, maybe a little bit of Dark and Darker. Nothing MMO related. I don't want anything to conflict with Ashes of Creation. Hey, Dresh, how you doing, buddy? I appreciate it. Welcome, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, it's basically, so I might be playing a few games, maybe even tonight. We'll see how things go. Tonight, as usual, per usual, we will be doing the rating of Rive Genesis. So if you enjoy Rive, stick on in here and have a conversation with me, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So one of the things we can do right now until in the meantime is we can just talk about anything you want, really, and just talk some forum stuff. So I really appreciate that comment, Dresh. That's very nice of you. Thank you. This is one of the conversations that has been making quite a bit of noise, and I did make a video on this on my YouTube channel. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please, people, go on over there and hit that subscribe button. It is free, and it will help my channel grow. And I know, yes, I know I've been putting a lot of rehash stuff out there. Guys, give me a break. I had 0 videos on there. I had to put some videos out there. So, yes, there are some rehashes of stuff that I've just put my own take on it. I know there's not a lot of stuff, not a lot of content out there. I'm trying to make it as interesting as I can for you, and also trying to improve with every video. So if there's something on there that looks like a rehash, well, maybe it's got my own unique take on it, so give it a watch anyway. So let's go ahead and take a look at making a case for the level cap increase by Nair, which is one of the things that I talked about. And this one is very interesting. I personally do believe, as I put in my video, one second, guys, I'm going to cough. Me, and I think every other content creator, has been struggling with a cough that is in our chest, and we just, for the last 2 weeks, I don't know why, it just came out of nowhere. Anyway, I digress. One of the whole things, okay, and before you get into it, Peon, the game's not even out yet. Yes, we know, and this is a post-launch question. Yes, I know. But the point is, how do you feel about making, with an expansion that comes out, that you go ahead and increase the levels? I personally am against it. I think that's kind of like a WoW style thing, and that's one of the reasons that I left WoW, was because they kept raising. They're like, hey guys, I'm glad you spent those last 3 hours every night doing raiding in Molten Core and so on and so forth, and now you've gotten all that great gear, and you're super powerful, and you're king of the world. And guess what? We're putting the expansion up 10 levels, and now your gear is worthless. Worthless. Okay? And they kept doing that. It was just rinse and repeat. So for me, that drove me away. I'd like to know what you guys think. I believe that games are better off going with a secondary system, like, say, a Dark Age of Camelot. Now, I'm older. A lot of you guys are younger. You never got a chance to really experience Dark Age of Camelot, which is a shame. It really is. I mean, it's still out there, but it's it's hard to get into with the graphics and the UI the way it is in the current state. Um, but it had a secondary system. So basically, the way that it worked was that you would, level up to level 50 through basic, PvE, stuff like that. PvE wasn't overly exciting. The game was mostly built around PvP. And the secondary system was something called Realm Ranks. And Realm Ranks was, which, let me quote, that this would literally take years to accomplish to get a really high level Realm Rank. So it really had you chasing the cheese. If you were a mouse, you were chasing that cheese. Okay? But what it did was it didn't give you like anything super powerful or anything like that. Over time, you'd get a little bit of a stat increase, so you could choose whether you wanted to get like +3 agility or +3 strength or something like that. It also had some unique abilities that you could unlock for PvP, such as Purge. So if somebody put a Mesmerize or a Root spell on you, you could cast your Purge. Now, these spells had like a 10-minute cooldown, so you had to use them really wisely. And that made your gaming experience a little bit better. You were then a little bit stronger. Not like overwhelming where you could just go in and kill any mob in the world with ease. It wasn't anything like that. But like if you were facing a fresh person that had just hit level 50, that had, really bad gear, yeah, it was pretty much you'd be able to be more powerful than just a regular level 50 out of nowhere. So, and as I explained in my video, one of my experiences in Dark Age of Camelot was where my buddies and we all got level 50. We were grinding, and then so we decided to go out in the world. We're thinking we're going to be Billy Badass, and we're going to be going out there and being able to take out, take out everybody. We're going to get those realm points, and we're going to get the realm rank quick. Well, yeah, about that. We went out there, and we got our ass kicked by a realm rank 5. Now, mind you, at the time when I played, it went up to realm rank 10. 10 would literally take you a few years of playing all the time. Okay, so that's how long it takes to really to make a dent. But realm rank 5, yeah, would considerable amount of effort, but nothing too crazy. But anyway, this guy was fully geared, and he had realm ranks, and he just beat our ass, all three of us. Now, we could have got mad and said, oh, this game is not for us. Here we go with level 50, and we suck. Well, one, yes, we knew how to play our character, but maybe not so much against other players yet. And also, we weren't geared. We didn't have the masterpiece gears, and we had no realm rank abilities whatsoever, which was the secondary system. So, of course, we weren't going to be as good as a realm rank 5 with good gear and some perks and some extra stats. And he beat our ass. And instead of getting mad, we went out and said, okay, guys, we got some work to do. And that's exactly what we did. And that was the fun of it. That was what it made it so enjoyable. And just so you add in something like that, a secondary system like a realm rank or something like that, and they could and I know what your PvP or PvEers are saying. Well, what about us? I don't like the PvP. They could certainly come up with well, look, I will say this. For those PvEers who say that they are not going to PvP, I call shenanigans on you. Because if your node is in danger, you are going to want to protect it. Hey, Chaos, how you doing, buddy? Sounds good. Thanks for showing up. I was wondering, what was I going to say? If you're going to defending your node, if you have a siege on your node, you're absolutely. Oh, it's been going good, bud. It was a long week. It was a very long week. How'd your week go? If you're defending your node and you have a siege on your metropolis, you're going to want to defend it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my
Hey, Brett, thank you for the follow.
lair.
I appreciate it, brother. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Glad to see you. I've seen you in all the other channels. You get around. I appreciate it. It feels like, Chaos says it feels like Wednesday, but not that. Yeah, no, I hear you. One of the things, Chaos, I got next week off, so I'm going to be doing more streams just because out of boredom. Now, I said at the beginning of the stream, I
With
might be
each
trying.
passing
Oh,
moment,
thank you
make
for the tier
yourself
1, Everett.
more my
Appreciate it.
servant.
Hey, how you doing? What's up, Juan? What's going on, my man? Glad to have you guys here. I have spring break next week, so I'm thinking about maybe playing some Dead by Daylight, maybe some Hunt Showdown, maybe even a little bit of Dark and Darker. I think Dark and Darker may be making kind of a comeback. What I would really love is to get a bunch of content creators and play some Rust. I want to play some Rust with some other content creators because I'd love nothing more than to shoot somebody in the face with a double barrel shotgun. But, and it was weird because I had the biggest brainstorm this morning. I was like, whoa, because Rust is completely moddable and stuff like that. So I'm thinking, man, wouldn't it be great if you could play a game of Rust with the other content creators and the viewers, and they could have like a relic kind of similar to what Ashes is going to have, and the castles, and you'd have to. The idea wouldn't be to run in there and destroy somebody's base. It would be to destroy it to get to the relic that they're holding that made their base stronger. But I digress. This kind of a mod doesn't exist, so I was just kind of fantasizing in my own brain. But anyway, yeah, I might play something else like Dead by Daylight or something like that. Yeah, but anyway, as I was saying, if you're a PvEer, and I love PvEers, I got no problem because the world needs both. We need PvE, we need PvP. I am more PvP partial, but we need both. We depend on each other. Teamwork makes the dream work, okay? So, if your node is under fire and your freehold that you use all the time for your processing is possibly going to get killed, okay, then that's bad. You're going to want to protect it. So in that respect, I think that if you had a secondary system like a realm rank, that you would still somewhat benefit from it. Now, maybe they get to add in a few PvE or crafting or gathering related things too that might help you, which I don't see would be out of the realm of possibility. And you could choose those. You could choose either or. So that's just something I'm throwing out there. I hope that they consider something like that in the long run. I know I don't want to see ancestrals because I kind of feel like the augments that we're getting are basically ancestrals from Arcade. I don't want to see that system because I didn't think that they were very even. They weren't balanced. Yeah, there was a lot of things about the ancestrals with Arcade that I didn't really care for. Other than that, I don't want... When you get to level 50 or when you get your max level in any game, you don't want to have to do it again. You don't want to say when an expansion comes out and say, oh, okay, now my gear might not be as good and now I got to go another 10 levels. That is, and they're not easy levels. They're like those grueling, I want to shoot myself kind of levels. So I don't want to do that. I know a lot of people feel the way I feel. I know a lot of people like the leveling. I just think it's a cheap, easy way for devs to say, hey, we're going to throw out 10 new levels. Look at our game. Ooh. No. Excuse me. You could do something with an expansion, and I know Steven's going to put out expansions because that man's brain is always thinking. Being a Pathfinder DM, he's got things going on in his head that he's probably can't wait to put it into the game, right? So they could absolutely, just like the rest of the story arcs have gone, the bringing in the first metropolis, or when there's 3 metropolises, or when there's 5 metropolises, it unlocks a new story arc. And this is where the expansion comes in, where you have these world bosses that have risen from the earth, and they drop, without level raising, you could certainly drop new recipes for the crafters and new materials that you are now getting. So absolutely, there are different ways to go about it. But yes, would I love to see a secondary system? Yes. Do I think PvEers will go out there and defend it, even if they don't enjoy PvP, to defend their home? Because nobody wants to watch their freehold get burned to the ground. And nobody wants to watch all their hard work get looted by Seymour Butts. Okay? Let's get out of cough, guys. I do apologize for my cough. I think, like I said earlier, you're going to see every content creator out there right now with a cough. But let me know what you guys think about, leveling. Do you want to see added levels? Tell me why. I'm against it. Although I will say this, and I mean this wholeheartedly, in Steven I trust, okay? I am following Steven 100%. You can call me a white knight or whatever. I don't care. I'm following Steven and what he's putting out there because there's never been anyone in my lifetime that I've been a part of that has been like Steven and had the passion and been a true gamer and putting something out. So in Steven I trust, don't think that I won't criticize the game when it comes out. I will, if there's something I don't like, I will absolutely let it be known. Now, I'm not going to say criticize it because just for the sake of criticizing it. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to criticize it and try to offer a possible solution. But, don't think that I won't have issues with the game. Chaos says, pull your mic a little bit closer. Okay, Chaos. How's that, buddy? Is that a little bit better? I'll have something to say about it if I don't agree with the system. And most likely that'll definitely come better. Okay, great. Yeah, you're noticing the green screen's a little bit funky tonight. I just rearranged the room, moved some stuff out. I got to readjust the lighting and stuff like that. I'm actually getting a whole new setup where I'm putting up like 4 monitors on the wall and stuff like that. Really gearing up for Ashes. So it's going to be crazy. I'm going to have an entirely new setup, but right now things are kind of in disarray. So I do apologize for the funky green screen. But yeah, overall, yes, in Steven I trust, if 10 levels of expansion is the way that they end up going with, I'm not going to say, well, I'm not going to play. I'm not going to be one of those guys. I'll play it. I want to play. This is my last MMO, guys. I've said it before and I said it again. This is my last MMO. So when all the other, younger content creators run off to ArcH2 or wherever, somewhere else, my old ass is still going to be right here playing this game because I'm going to live and die with Ashes. This is it. I'm 52 years old. Just hit 52 in March. This is it. I don't got time for another 10-year development plan from someone else. Star Citizen might not be out before I'm dead. So forget that. Welcome everybody to the channel. Glad to have you all. Glad to see you here. But again, we were talking about making the case against a level cap increase in expansions. Now, this is post-launch. So let me know what you think in chat because I'd love to hear your guys' opinions. There have been a ton of opinions. And I can post the link up here if you guys can't see it. Let me go ahead and put that, and we will put that into chat. 1 second. So you guys can check that out on your own computers. There you go. And, Ash, tell me, Ash Creation, you're my only hope.
Are you not entertained?
Woo!
Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Okay, there we go. Added some new sound files anyway. But yeah, I mean, did you like WoW's expansions when they did that to you? When you raided all that time in Molten Core and heck, I forgot Blackrock Depths. I forgot some of the things and I forgot half of them anyway. And then, but you got all the end gear, and then they went ahead and said, "Hey, guy, now your gear is now worthless. Not only do you have to do 10 levels, but now your gear is worthless." For me, one time, okay. One time. 2 times? Oh, God, I don't want to do this again. You do it to me 3 times, and you can go fuck off. Okay? Because I'm tired of this shit. Don't be doing this to me. You're doing me dirty by making me have to come back and level all the time. So if you literally take 6 months off and they put out two expansions or something like that, or a year off, whatever it is, and you come back, and then now you're like 50 levels behind because they put so many expansions out. Fuck a bunch of that. No. No, hell no. So, and of course, and let's remember this. And here's another topic I want to bring up, and I've brought this up before. Leveling speed, okay? Leveling speed. Now, we all know that leveling is supposed to take about 250 hours, right? So, if we're talking leveling speed, right? I believe that we're going to be seeing people level 50 in probably 12 to 14 days, maybe faster. I know I'll probably be playing at least 10 hours a day, as much as my old ass can play without passing out. We are going to see that segment that's level 50 very quick, because everybody's going to take 2 weeks vacation, okay, including myself. Everyone's going to take that vacation. So then that's all it's going to take is 2 weeks to get there. I personally would like to see that doubled. I'd like to see leveling spread out a little bit more, okay? One, so they can make sure that the launch is going good, right? Okay. Also, so if there's any exploits or anything like that going on, they can make sure that they're able to nip it in the bud real quick, okay? Because if a whole bunch of people get up there, then and they start exploiting the shit out of things, that's going to be real bad news for us. It's going to be bad news for the economy. That's just something I'm throwing out there. I wouldn't mind seeing it, slow down where it's like 500 hours. And remember, people say, well, what about alts or new players coming to the world? It's going to be so hard. No, it won't be. The hardest it's going to be is when we're first starting out the game, because there's not going to be, any taverns or anything like that. Remember, taverns, you can earn more rested experience at taverns, and you can upgrade your taverns. Shameless plug for the Hidden Dagger Inn, who we are going to have the finest beds. We spare no expense. And we are going to be able to upgrade those tavern beds. Speaking of which, I have a new video coming out soon. It's already made, but I'm holding some YouTube videos back right now. If you haven't checked out my YouTube, go check it out. But I'm holding some YouTube video back right now because I don't want to just flood my channel with them right now, because I've kind of been putting them out at a really fast rate. So kind of holding back a little bit. Anyway, if you haven't checked out the YouTube channels, go check them out. But anyway, excuse me. So you are going to be able to get rested experience. So it will be easier for new players coming around in doing that. So that is something to keep in perspective. Boy, you guys are really quiet tonight. Really quiet. So anyway, let's go ahead and go over some of this thing. So basically, he says, I strongly believe increasing the adventure level of cap in Ashes of Creation after launch is a bad idea for the game. And here are a few reasons why. Oop, looks like we have an ad break. I'll hold off reading this because we have an ad break coming up in a few minutes. There we go. I don't want to forget you guys. So any thoughts about what kind of game you guys would like to see me play during my spring break? Any thoughts? I'm probably thinking about maybe just doing like a little Dead by Daylight or something like that. Something fun, something maybe interactive that some of my viewers can go ahead and join me with. I'd like to be able to, play some games. Dead by Daylight's been out for a long time. A lot of people have it. So if you guys are into Dead by Daylight, come check it out. Let's see here. Okay. Anyway, I guess I'll keep reading this because it is linked up there so you guys can catch up. So it adds unnecessary development for the time and expansion, slowing down the pace of content releases. Increasing the level cap means having to rewrite and change existing areas and content to make room for the new levels, regardless of any new areas being added to the game. Some change to the world is both needed and expected with any major expansion, obviously, but the negative impact on existing content will be less if the cap stays the same. And I completely agree. I don't want to see a level cap increase. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I just don't want to see a level cap increase. I don't know how many you've played the secondary systems that were in DAOC, and I guess Elder Scrolls had a really good one. I don't know anything about Elder Scrolls. I played it for like an hour, so I don't, maybe if someone's in chat, they can explain the Elder Scrolls secondary systems. And did they ever raise the level caps in that game? I don't know. But yeah, I am a firm believer in having a secondary system. Once you're max level, that should be your max level, into story. We could go ahead and put up a video real quick and see what we got here. I don't want to put up one of those videos. Let's maybe search for. No, I don't. No, we're not gonna do a video. We're gonna just talk. We're gonna talk. See what you guys got to come up with. I'm gonna put the pressure on you guys tonight because yeah. Or we could just go ahead and I could just fire up a game and we'll just fire up and we'll just do that. You guys let me know what you want to do. But I'd love to talk some Ashes. So if you got something you want, that's something on your brain, doesn't have to be these topics, anything you want to talk about, let me know and we'll be happy to talk about it. I am here for you. We have, and here's another thing I'm thinking about that we got. I gotta say, guys, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be September. The longer it goes on, and I'm alpha 1. I'm a leader of men. I can say that I haven't gotten any spot tests yet. I'm not allowed to say when I spot test, but I can tell you that I haven't spot tested yet. So that leads me to believe that it's definitely not going to be July. As much as my heart wants it to be July, I don't think it's going to be July. And now some people are saying that they think that it's going to get pushed back entirely. I do not. I believe Steven was very intent on waiting to announce the whole Q3 thing until he did, because he wanted to make absolutely sure that they were going to be able to meet that timetable, because they've failed on timetables before, and he doesn't want to be that person. He doesn't want to have that stigma of being that guy that always fails the timetables. Nobody wants to be that guy. So I believe he's very comfortable with the fact that he can make that timetable. That being said, I do believe he'll want to give his team knowing that he's got to have it out by September. I think that's when they're going to go ahead and release it, is in September. So I am, preparing for the worst and hoping for the best kind of mentality. That's just kind of I think that's the way to go. If you're dead set on July, I think you're probably just setting yourself up for disappointment. And I hate to say that. I'd love to see it in July. I would be so happy if it were July. I mean, I'd be like a little schoolgirl. Yeah, I'd be doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're such a wonderful crowd. We'd like to play a little tune for you. It's one of my personal favorites. And I'd like to dedicate it to a young man who doesn't think he's seen anything good today. Cameron Fry, this one's for you.
Yeah, I'd be like a little schoolgirl. I'd be so happy. do you recognize that? You know a movie that's from Shakur? Excuse me. Dark as shade. Oh, ashes of creation, you're my only hope. Come on. I need you. Oh, man. Yeah. I think it's going to be September. Which really sucks for me, because I'm going to have the summers off. So, if I was able to play it during the summer, that would have been really awesome. But that doesn't look like it's going to be the case. So, what's going to happen is I'm going to have to go back to work right before release of Alpha 2, which is going to, suck the fat one. But it is what it is, If they need a little bit more time, and as long as it's out by September, please don't let me down. Don't let me down and tell me that you're not going to make September. I don't think he's going to do that. Don't do that to me. September, I can live with, because it's already ingrained in the back of my brain that it very well could be then. So it is what it is. If that's what it is, I'll live with it. But don't you dare put it back on me. I will be one feisty old fart if you do that. So it's Alpha. Let us in. This is not release, guys. This is not release. So you don't need to keep pushing it back like you do for release. They have enough stuff in there right now at this very moment for us to be in there testing it and getting some stuff done. That's why I believe they will not push it back. There's so many mechanics that we have to test and get right. And the longer they postpone us getting in there and doing that, the longer it's going to be for us to get to launch. So maybe, you know what, saying that, maybe they have enough stuff to get us started. They've already said that, you know, they're going to be adding stuff as they go. Maybe they will let us in July. Who knows? You know, hey, you know, that would be something to think about now that I think about it. Because, yeah. Because, look, they need us to get in there. They need us to test it. We know that they have enough content to get in there and test things. So they can slowly add stuff. Now, here's the trick for them. They need to make sure that they slowly, because you don't want, because there's, let's say, for sake of argument, 150,000, 160,000 that are going to be involved in Alpha 2, right? Okay, so when those people are get in there, and we're going to be streaming the game, so possibly it's going to affect millions of people viewing, just check out to see how Ashes of Creation is. So they want to kind of, you know, they want to do that Al Bundy thing from Married with Children. They want to go to the strip bar and put the dollar on the fishing pole and throw it out to the stripper and kind of slowly reel it in. Okay? You don't want to give them the dollar right away because then they're going to want another dollar. So you just want to tease them. Just give them a little tease. And you slowly put out content, okay? So they got something to watch every week or every month. They can tune back in every month to make sure that they're getting that information that they want. So, yeah. That's definitely something that I think would be good for them. Yeah, absolutely. Now that I think about it, I'm talking myself back into July, guys. Yep, I said it. We're July release. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I'm sticking with it. But I won't be disappointed if it's in September. Yes, I'll be disappointed, but I won't go, like from Ready Player One, when you lose your shit, you lose your shit. Boy, you guys are not a talkative bunch tonight. You guys are killing me, man. I got a cough and you're just making me talk nonstop. It's 42 minutes I've had to talk nonstop. People, you're killing me. Talk to me in chat. Say something. But anyway, you guys are going to make me play a game. I swear to God, at least I can focus on the game. Am I that boring? You guys do. Come on.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
You're killing me with this. But yeah, I could totally see. Now that I could see a July release for Alpha 2, because again, it's not launch, but this is also so very important because it is Alpha 2 and it's a big marketing thing. It's it's basically going to be a marketing push for a year plus. So they got to make sure. Now we all know when they put in naval that's going to be huge, and naval is going to be absolute paramount, and it's going to be a huge reveal on Alpha 2. Everybody's going to be tuning in for naval. Okay. So one of the other questions I got is, and I put this on the question in the YouTube forum for when they come up to their live stream, is are we going to have fishing available to us in Alpha 2 when it starts? I know fishing will be in, but will deep sea fishing be in? Because they've already said they're not going to have naval, but does that mean they're not going to have fishing boats? Now, in one part of me says, fishing boat's really not naval, right? Yes, it's a boat, but it's not really naval. It's not a naval combat ship or anything like that. And, hey, David Sumter, how you doing? Thank you for joining the channel. Is there a crafting skill, or is it broken down by levels, 350 skills versus master? You know, David, I'd love to be able to answer that, completely. We don't really know yet how the crafting progressions are going to work yet. Crafting and gathering progressions. They really haven't. There was a crafting stream not that long ago I do believe it kind of was not by level, but it had like a rank. Like Steven was chopping wood, and it got to like level 10, and then he had to do a quest to progress it up again to keep going up. So, is it numbers based? Yeah, technically, but yeah, you know, we don't really know that much about it. I wish I could elaborate more on it. I've been wanting to make some videos on the crafting and gathering and the progression systems, but we just don't know enough yet. It'd be kind of like putting out, all speculation. So I apologize for giving you a pretty shitty answer. But yeah, we don't really know too much about it yet. I do know that you'll be able to wear you'll be able to have gathering gear on you, save for that, and you can have your gathering gear on while you have your combat gear on, so you don't have to take your combat gear on to have that gathering gear on. And you can change which look you want to do. So if you want to have your lumberjack outfit on, you can have your lumberjack outfit on and have that visual. So that's one thing I know. But yeah, as far as the other one, yeah, I apologize. I can't break it down anymore for that. What do you think, David? What do you think? Are you in Alpha 2? And do you think what month do you think it's going to come out? I am hoping, again, I'm hoping for July, but we'll see. I am prepared for September if it is to happen. But back to the fishing, I think it would be really good if they did have the fishing boats in there to do the deep sea fishing, because that way we'd be able to test the fishing out without being constantly ganked by all the baddies out there on the sea. I think if you putting the naval out there at the same time as the fishing boats, I think that would be a bad idea. I think that we'd get into a lot of trouble. We wouldn't be able to test the fishing per se if we were constantly being ganked, because that people are going to gank the heck out of us. So I would like to see the fishing in there. And I do think fishing is going to be one of the most lucrative, and it's been said by Steven, one of the most lucrative professions in gathering. Now, that being said, it's not probably going to be, or early on, gatherers are going to be the ones making the money, guys. Let's face it. Gatherers are going to be the ones making money, and crafters and processors are going to be a little bit slower. You're thinking around September 2, David says? Yeah, I think so too. I want to say, at first I was thinking July, but as I said earlier, that, I haven't even spot tested. Being Alpha 1, I haven't spot tested yet. And the longer we go without those spot testings, now again, I won't be able to say when we actually do get to spot test, but I can tell you that I haven't. If those haven't started yet, my thoughts of having it in July are not good. So the longer that goes, the less optimistic I will be. But we'll see. But like I said, they do need to get us in there. They do need to get testers in there. So if they feel they have enough stuff to keep us busy while they go ahead and keep adding more content in, that's not a bad idea, because they don't want to make, if they put it out in July, right? If they release the Alpha 2 in July, then that gives them a year and a half before, and that's a lot of time to test Alpha 2, because you don't want to go longer than that. You don't want to do a 2-year Alpha 2, okay? That's going to just, unless something horribly goes wrong. So David says, my personal opinion is that naval combat will be rolled later. I think so too. We know that naval combat's not going to be in at the start, and I do think that that's going to be a huge marketing tool for them. And they're going to announce it. I guarantee that they're going to announce when they're going to do it. They'll be like, hey guys, in December, we're rolling out the naval combat, blah, blah, blah. And man, everybody's going to be tuning in for that, because they're going to want to see how that is. That's going to be one of their big marketing pushes. And maybe it won't even, but they're going to have to put that one out midway somewhere in Alpha 2, because you can't put that one out too late, because it's going to need a lot of testing, right? You got treasure hunting, You got, the attacking the nodes out there on the sea. You got so many mechanics that are going on. You can't just put that out like a month before release and say, there it is. No, you can't do that. So they're gonna need to let us test it to balance it. But yeah, I think fishing will be out there now. Crafting and processing, they're going to be slow at first. I can't imagine we're going to make too much money from doing the processing and crafting early on. But processing and crafting late game, I think, is going to make a crap load of money. Especially, I don't know if any of you guys are old enough to have played Ultima Online, but Ultima Online, they used to be able to tame the dragons, and they'd all go to the banks in Britain, and they'd be selling their big dragons that they tamed. And I think animal husbandry is incredibly in depth. It's really, really, really in depth, and probably more so than any of the other professions. And that one, I think those creatures that they come up with are going to sell for so much money. And of course, processing will just be a steady flow, I believe, of money coming in because people are going to need processing. So, but that's good. At least your expectations aren't too high. And I don't know if you heard me earlier, David. I was talking about how I really think that Steven he kind of burned himself earlier by not sticking to dates, and I feel like they waited a long time before they released the Alpha 2 announcement. I do feel that he feels very comfortable about meeting this expectation. David says, in my past testing, they always did targeted testing, then rotate to a different targeted content. Yeah, and then they just don't dump everything. No, they can't and they won't. They won't do that here because, and they've already said as much. They said they're going to be, rolling it out slowly, and they're going to want to, right? Because if they dumped everything out in Alpha 2, all those millions of people or whatever that aren't in Alpha 2, they'd be bored after, all the exploration of seeing everything new would be gone. So it's important that they kind of roll stuff out slowly. Although, that being said, I would like to know, and I'm hoping that all of the archetypes are out at Alpha 2. I want to see all the archetypes out. He's hinted at Summoner being real close. They've been real quiet on Rogue, and they have mentioned a few things about Bard. Now, a Rogue would make a big splash right before Alpha 2. Absolutely. I think that they're closer to completion on those than they're letting out. They're holding a lot of stuff back for us because they want to keep the hype up for Alpha 2. For us to think that, and he said it recently, and I'm sure it's more now, recently that they had 188 developers. If you got 188 developers, I know you got more shit done than you're saying you got done. So we all know that. So, and here's another thing. They're talking about, he put a post out in Discord saying, Phoenix Initiative will be able to test character creator in 1 to 2 months. Okay. We know, I can tell you for a fact that they are not using Alpha 1 character creators right now when they're logging into the game. They're not. Okay? They're not. So, one, it's on Unreal 4. And why would they do that? And so they are using a version of the character creator right now. We'd be stupid to think that they weren't, because we saw the Phoenix Initiative already into the game. So they had to create them somehow. They just didn't pop up and say, I'm going to take this guy. David says, in my I already saw that one. I didn't see. I lost that one, David. It disappeared. I didn't get to it quick enough. For some reason on YouTube, when you type in messages over there, it disappears quicker on my multi-stream than on a Twitch. If you want to retype that, I have the multi-stream up, so I'll be able to catch that. Sorry about that. So they are working on the character creator, and boy, I am so excited for the character creator, because normally I'm one of those people that like to just go in there and...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my
Hey,
underground
Stick, my
lair.
man, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, guys. If you have not checked out SticQeno, give him a look, give him a check out, because he puts in. I love it when he dresses in his little teacher outfit, and puts out his YouTube videos. But if he will keep you entertained, this young buck of a professional PvP player. So how you doing tonight, my man? David says, I agree they are further along than they are let on. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. No, I 100% agree. So how you doing tonight, Mr. SticQeno? What's going on? You having a good night? Doing well, brother? Oh, I appreciate it. You're still sick? You know what? I was just telling on the stream earlier that I'm still coughing, and it came out of nowhere. And I'm still coughing, and I was talking to Rive this morning, who we're going to be going to live in about another half hour. He's coughing too. I think all of our content creators are coughing. Stick, before you go, I gotta say we gotta find a way somehow to do some kind of content creation game where we can all play with our communities. I'd love that. I was brainstorming all night long about some game for us to be able to play while we're waiting for Ashes of Creation. Yeah. Let's see if we can work something out, and right now is a good time to find something, because if we did find something, a lot of things are on sale on Steam right now, so our viewers wouldn't have to pay as much if they wanted to join in to buy those said games. So anyway, yeah, hit me up and let's see if we can work something out. I'm off all week, so I'll be home because I got spring break. So I appreciate you stopping in, though. And guys, if you haven't checked out SticQeno and his channel, check him out. He's a great young content creator. Actually, I don't even know how old are you, Stick? I think you said you're 30. You don't look 30, though. You don't look 30. You don't even look any older than my son, who's 24. You're 29? Oh, snap.
With
Snap.
passing moment, you make yourself more my servant.
Thank you.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
I appreciate the sub, my man. I appreciate the sub. Yeah, you definitely got a really young look to you. That's great. Are you a teacher? Because I heard you were talking about that you're with the kids. Okay, David, I appreciate you stopping in, my man. Thank you very much for chatting with me. You must be a teacher or something, SticQeno, because I heard you were talking about being with kids or something like that. I work with kids too, but I just drive the little shits. Yeah, you were okay. I just do part-time school bus driving to keep me busy. So that's what I do, and yeah. They keep me young, though, between those kids and in my one son, I have 3 kids. 2 of them, they're all in their 20s, but one is special, and he's like an eternal 6-year-old, so he keeps me young, and that's my boy Jericho. But yeah, they keep me up to date. Although I gotta admit, am I the only one? There are so many of these emojis going on. I need like a spreadsheet to keep up with them. I'm like looking, what the fuck is that emoji? I've never seen that one before. I can't keep up with these things. Everyone's got a different meaning. I need a spreadsheet so I can follow what is this dude talking shit to me, or is this dude complimenting me? I have no idea. So somebody needs to make me a spreadsheet of emojis. So I know what's going on. I am like completely lost. I mean, I'm trying to keep up with you young guys, but these emojis are fucking it was one thing to have the memes, or as my friend calls them, the memes, but the memes and the GIFs, but these emojis are throwing me for a loop. I gotta say it. They're killing me. So maybe somebody can help me out with that. I don't know. See, don't stick. Excuse me. Oh my God. Yeah, guys. So if you're in the channel and you're watching this video at another time, you make sure you go out and give my boy SticQeno a follow and watch his YouTube stuff. He's got some very entertaining stuff. He's got some good points of view. Oh man. Well, we got a half hour before we raid Mr. Rive, Mr. Rive is having Dr. Burns on tonight, which is always a good watch. So I'm looking forward to watching that. I'm going to watch that while I go ahead and get some dinner. Other than that, yeah. Anybody else have any thoughts on whatchamadiddle, on the expansions that we've talked about, or the leveling cap, or when they think Alpha 2 will be out? They oh, by the way, if you are seeing this if you're not here but you're catching it later, make sure you start getting those channel points now, guys. Get in the channel, start getting these channel points. I will be giving away five closed beta keys. Now I know we have all of Alpha to go, and I don't even have these keys yet in my possession, but I'm a leader of men, so I have them on my account as part of the Kickstarter package. So I will be giving away 5 closed beta accounts for people who are not in the Alpha 2 and will be looking to get into the beta, because the beta's not, at least the first beta is not going to be an open beta. So it will be a closed beta. So you will be able to purchase these said beta keys with channel points. They're going to be expensive, okay? But you want to start earning your channel points now. And you can also use the channel points for other things, like on the About channel or in the chat. We have a bunch of wave files and stuff like that to entertain yourself, to scare me when I'm playing games, stuff like that. So make sure you make use of the channel. I put a lot of work into it, and don't be doing me dirty by not using it. Yeah, that's the ticket. But oh, I need a break here. I need to talk some Donkey Shane. Huh? What's going on? My Donkey Shane's not working. Oh, this is a nightmare. This is horrible.
Me not that kind of orc.
That works. Let's see. Say hello, my little friend. Does that work?
Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah. That works. There we
Are you
go.
not entertained?
Ah, no. Hey, Tango. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the channel.
Is that why you're here?
It's my no-no square. God, I love that. I love the no-no square. I'll never stop laughing about that. Tango, have you? We've talked about a bunch of things tonight. We've talked about, Nair talking about the level cap increases, and how I've talked about how I'm a proponent of more of a secondary system and not so much level caps. We've talked about when we think the Alpha 2 launch will be coming out. I'm expecting September, but I can, now that I step back and took a look, I can understand and I can see a possibility for July. And I'll say this again, because for the new people that are coming in, one of the reasons Steven was very confident that he was going to make this timetable of Q3. And they want to get people playing. They might not want to, but they need to get people playing this game so we can test it. Because they don't want to make this go for a 2-year project. So I could see them getting us in July, because it's not release. They don't need to keep, if it's not ready, they don't need to keep, delaying it. This is Alpha 2. They have enough playable stuff right now to keep us busy while they slowly add in more stuff. Oh, you got an ad? Oh, damn those ads. I was talking about the release of the Alpha 2 and how initially I was thinking it might be September. Hey, Rockda, hey, welcome to the channel, bud. Glad to have you. They were, I was thinking, I want to kind of prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Thinking September was going to be the deal, but I could see July. I really could see July. Now, the only thing that's holding me back with that July thing, as I've said before, for all of us who are Alpha 1 testers, we haven't done any spot testing yet. So I guess if my tune changes, maybe that's a key. I can't say when I Alpha 1 testing, but I can't say when I haven't. So if all of a sudden my tune changes, maybe that's a clue that, we're spot tested or something. I don't know. But of course I won't be able to talk about it. But anyway, I could see a case for July, and boy, you would see the grin on my face. Tango, you're younger, and I'm pretty sure you're younger. And Rakta, I'm not sure how old you are, but I was just talking about, can you guys keep up with this emoji shit? I swear I need a spreadsheet of emojis. I'm getting a new emoji every day, and I can't keep up with it. I'm too old for this shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my
thank you, follow. I appreciate it, Rockta. Thank you for the follow. I can't keep up with this emoji stuff. I just caught up with the memes and the GIFs. You know, you can't be doing this to me. You know, I don't know if they're insulting me. I don't know if they're complimenting me. Somebody make me a spreadsheet, but it's got to be real big because my eyes are shit, so I can't tell. You know, so what the hell is this? And where are these coming from? Is there like somebody in charge of making these silly emojis to put up here? yeah, the memes. You know, I made one. Say hello to my dear friend. Sorry, wrong button. That's my ban. Yeah, this is my little meme that I made, but, you know, and this is so true. Help me, Ashes of Creation. You're my only hope. Rockta says, I'm 32 and I use the old MSN messengers. Hey, bro, I used ICQ. I don't even know if you guys know what ICQ is. It was so old. Chaos says, yeah, no, I am at a loss with the emojis and I'm turning 29. Yeah, I can't keep up with the shit. I mean, honestly, I don't know if they're complimenting me, making fun of me, what, I don't know. But I guess I'm glad I'm not the only one because, you know, I feel old enough. And last week in my stream, somebody came in and he goes, how old are you? And I go, why? And I'm thinking, I tell you what, you tell me how old you think I am. I'm not doing that ever again, okay? I'm never doing that again. He told me that I was 63 years old. I now went from 52 to 63. I went 11 years older than I already am. I'm not doing that again. Rockta says, I remember ICQ. I haven't used it much. Tango says, I'm 27 and definitely can see July, especially since it mentioned getting some people in for wars. Yeah. I mean, there's so much stuff that they're going to have to go ahead and take care of. And also, you know, we were talking about, you know, how we know everything's not going to be ready for Alpha 2 at launch. Yeah, I just turned 52 March 4th, Rockta. We all know that, you know, they're going to want to trickle stuff in because Alpha 2 is not going to have everything involved in it, right? So, like, naval is going to be a huge marketing thing for them because everybody's going to want to see the naval. One of the things I mentioned was, like, fishing boats. Are fishing boats going to be available at the start of Alpha 2 so they can actually test deep sea fishing without being ganked every 30 seconds? That's one of the things I want to know. I put that YouTube question up there for Steven. That'd be nice to know because if they put fishing boats out there at the same time they put the rest of the naval content, then they're not going to be able to test fishing. They're gonna be stuck on somebody's blade, you know, most of the day. So I don't want to ask you, Rockta, how old do I look? I'm scared to ask this. Oh, I have my band thing ready for you. I can't ban you yet. You just got here, but you know, it's my hair. I was telling my wife, I said, babe, it's my hair. With the lighting, my hair is very salt and pepper. Okay. The pepper's kind of mostly going, right? The pepper, the hair, everything's going. It's very light. She says, hun, maybe dye your hair. I go, yeah, but that looks so unnatural if I dye my hair. Everybody will know that I'm dyeing my hair. Maybe I should just wear a green bandana and cut off the top of my head. Then nobody will know. Not a day over 45. That's my man. If I could give you a free sub, I would. Yeah. The day over 45. I can live with that. Yeah. You know, one of the guys at work, one of the mechanics I work with, he called me a young man. I said, who the fuck are you talking to, young man? He's 39. I said, I appreciate the compliment, dude, but I'm old as dirt. If I was any older, I would have been able to tell you how my conversation with Jesus was. Oh man! And if this game goes any longer in development, I'm gonna need a tombstone in the game. By the way, being a leader, man, I get the option to name an NPC. because I just recently upgraded my account again. And yeah, I broke down. I wanted to go to that launch party. So I will be going to the launch party. And I will be out in Vegas if you guys want to come hang out. A lot of us are going to be out there. So I save up your monies now and come out to us in Vegas. But anyway, other than the 5 closed beta keys, which I really wanted because I want to be able to pass those out to my community because I don't need them. The launch party was obviously a big one. I get to name an NPC. And I would love to find out your guys' names about what you think I should name that NPC. I have one in mind, but I'm going to put up some kind of maybe I'll do that for one of the rewards for the closed beta key. And the one who can come up with the best name for the NPC will get the thing. I got this thing, and I want to see if this thing works. Let me see here. I have an interactive game that I just got, and let me know if that's working. I don't know if it's working or not. Doesn't look like it's working. No, it's not working. Ah, balls. Anyway, so yeah, September, July. Does anybody think it's gonna be August? Maybe. Kind of meet us halfway, meet us in the middle. Maybe. By the way, guys, we will be rating Rive in about 20 minutes. So hopefully he will be on, and we'll go ahead and give him a big raid and see how he's doing tonight. I know he's got a cough just like me. Yeah, but we'll see how it goes as far as the release. Alpha 2, they're going to want to keep trickling in. That's necessary, but on the flip side, they need to get us in there, and they need to get us to start testing everything, because if we don't, well, you know. Tango says, Doomers probably think, yeah. And here's what I was saying earlier, Tango, that, you know, Steven was kind of burnt by the timetable before, right? You know, and that's why he's been so hesitant to, I think, show things that he hasn't been completely comfortable with showing and giving us timetables. And Rockta says, I have a character name based on the Aragon book series. I don't want to give it away just yet because of the character name locked in. Yeah, okay, that works. But, you know, he doesn't want to give us a false timetable because he's been burned by that before. And I see my green screen freaking out in the back, guys. I'm sorry. I rearranged the room earlier today. My lighting's all jacked up. I apologize for that. I'll get it worked out. But anyway, so I think that he feels very confident with this timetable of Q3. So they might be setting us up for a big surprise because he knows as well as we do, we need to test the game, right? We need to test the game, especially Alpha 1. They need to get, and there's what? How many, anyone know? Are you guys Alpha 1? Anybody know how many Alpha 1 testers we have? I think, 10,000? Something like that. Now, that's going to be a big start. That's a server worth right there of Alpha 1 testers. So that's going to be real big in its own right. Seeing how the server works with the Alpha 1 testers, the mechanics, but they got to get us in. Tango says, I think most of the live streams they will have us generally surprised with what Alpha 2 has, but we have bosses and the mobs and desert and forest and the ocean. Yeah, they will let the game speak for the Tango says A1 had like 15,000. You're A1 also? Yeah. They got to get us in there. They got us get us in there and test in the game. Rockta, are you Alpha 1 also? Oh man, I'm trying to think of what I'm going to make for dinner tonight. I have some sloppy peon that I made earlier, so I'm going to be eating some sloppy peon, and I got some cookies that I'm going to make. I got some cookie dough cookies I'm going to make because I love me some cookies. I'm like a cookie monster. Give me the cookie monster. You guys ever watch Ferris Bueller? Chicken enchiladas for me. Ooh. By the way, that was really good of you seeing you with Chibi on the Golden Feather Tavern. By the way, shout out for the Golden Feather and SticQeno, who was in here earlier. I appreciate both of those guys. Nope, missed a boat on Alpha 2. So do you have a beta key or anything like that, Rockta? Or are you like asked out of all of it? And if you are asked out of all of it, then you'll want to make sure you stay in this channel and you you get those channel points because I am giving away 5. Wait, where's my hand? 5. Besides that, I need to revamp my rig. Yeah, there you go. I'm giving away 5 closed beta keys. And you're going to be able to purchase them with channel points. So all you got to do is watch. And now you will have to be a follower and you will have to be a subscriber in order to win that. But you will have an option to win that. Tango says, yeah, I like hanging out with the Golden Feather Tag at Nexus. I can spit out nonsense all day long about Ashes. Now, yeah, there you go. Then I'm your man. I give you a chance. And since there haven't been that many other viewers, you got a head start against so many of the other ones. So get those channel points and start earning them now. Every Saturday. And plus, I will be streaming a lot this week coming up because I am on spring break. And I'm going to be streaming a lot in the summer because I'm off from the school bus job. So the wheels on the bus will not be going round and round in the summer. I will be off. So, that being said, just so you know, you will have an opportunity to use channel points. So you don't want to be using the channel points and wasting them on all the nonsense of the wave files I have and stuff. You want to hold on to them. But yeah, what do you want to test out first, guys? What class are you wanting to test out first? I want to be rogue. And here's another thing I was talking about earlier that I think, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I think this would take some pressure off of Steven and Intrepid if they were just to show us the rest of the archetypes before Alpha 2. Let's say that it came out in July, right? They should, because they're doing the fighter stream this month. That means that Tango says fighter combat and how PvP feels. Fair enough. If they're putting out the fighter in March, that means in April they could put out, let's say, the summoner. Okay? So in May, they could put out the bard. And in July, or they could put out the rogue. Okay? Rock just says, hot take, I don't think we'll show off archetypes for archetypes. Yeah, I know. That's what a lot of people have said. But what, and follow me on this. The reason I say this is because I know that they said summoners close. Tango says A2 won't. But he has hinted at it. He's hinted at the summoner. I think that they're closer than we think with the summoner. I think they're closer than they think with a lot of stuff. And if they were to show us every archetype, obviously whichever one was closer to being done first, on launch, declare, yeah, on launch Alpha 2. But if they were to show us the archetypes, if they were anywhere close to being ready, right, or playable, then that means they could take the pressure off of everything else that they're wanting to save for us, i.e., like some of the other biomes. You know, we know we're going to see the Riverlands for the rest of until we see Alpha 2. That's been plainly obvious that we're going to see the Riverlands time and time again. So I can live with that. Fine, whatever. But some of the other mechanics, we've seen the caravans. You know, sure, I'd like to see more PvP. I'd like to see a castle siege, something like that. I'd even like to see a node siege. I want to see the nodes advancing. But see, if they put out the archetypes and put that stuff out, then it would kind of, you know what I'm saying? It kind of take the pressure off of them from having to show some of the other stuff. So that's kind of where my thinking was with that. So Tango says, I think the Riverlands and Desert in Jundark on A2 launch. Yeah, it's not going to be a lot. I'll tell you that. Rockta says, I read somewhere on Discord saying war is close. Yeah, and that's when we know for sure Alpha 2 or Alpha 1 is getting in, because they're going to need us for that. So it does frustrate me a little bit that they're waiting for that to get us in there, because I know there's other mechanics that they can get us in there in testing. It's been 3 years. Let us in. At this point, honestly, I kind of feel like the $250 we spent for the Alpha 1 was kind of a waste. But I'm hoping that they make it up to us. Nuclear Tango says, but they won't be showcasing those, in my opinion, because they want to keep them fresh with Alpha 2. That very well could be the truth. And, only time will tell as far as that goes. But let's talk about what things... okay, so let's say, hypothetically, the Alpha 2 goes on for a year and a half, right? What things, other than those 3 archetypes that we haven't seen. So that's 3 reveals. And Tango, do you think that they're going to do it like every month to keep things fresh in Alpha 2? Release them every month, something like that, kind of like their live streams? And what else? We know Naval, so that's 4. What other things, like a node siege maybe, would be number 5. What other things would they have that's really going to entice players to keep watching Alpha 2? That's 5 that I can think of. So what other things can you guys think of that will really keep people going? Maybe a node siege, maybe a castle siege. So we'll even give those 2. So that's 6. We still got more. We got a lot more for them to show. Are augments going to be in Alpha 2? I don't know. I mean, I think they only are we going up to level 30 or level 35? And augments unlock at level 25, I believe. So we'll have to see. I'm going to go ahead and put this up. We'll have to see what they end up doing. I'm going to get this display capture on this. On 1. Oh, no. Don't want to do that. On 2. Okay. Rockta says, or Nuclear Tango says, other than those 5, it's tough, but they may wipe. Yes, they will wipe, absolutely, and then have us restart a new region to test that region. Yeah, I could totally see it. Rockta says it goes up to 30. Okay, so wasn't it originally 35, or am I brain dead? I thought it was 35 originally, but yeah, I could totally see that. I'm going to go ahead and put my thing up. I got to get ready to rate. By the way, do you guys like the new logo? Have you checked out the new logo that I have? Because I got some new logos, and I hope you guys are liking them. Let's see. Stream Manager and Raid Channel. Where's it at? Okay, yeah, he's not on yet. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, it's check out the YouTube channel. I got him up there. I got him here. If you guys haven't checked out my YouTube channel, go give me a subscribe on my new channel. I need the love. Hit that free button for me, please. It's killing me. Tango says it really hasn't been confirmed, but we did see 25 in Showcase. Yeah, we've seen 25. We know that's for sure, but that's when augments are supposed to start. So, that's... God, I cannot wait for augments, and I hope they're good. What was the magic they were talking about? Was it called blood magic? That one sounds really cool. Blood magic or dark magic? One of those others. That sounds really cool. That sounds fun. I really want to do that one. Oh, nice. Thank you. Yeah, I tell you what. Building a YouTube channel from scratch, it's rough. It is rough. I need all the help I can get, and I know, guys. Tango says we've seen some teasers, augments as far back as the Distro Showcase. Yep, that's true. Blink. I don't know. Blink's not. I don't think Blink was an augment. Blink was just a skill. As far as the YouTube channel, they're just hard to stop, and there's just not a lot of content right now. Yes, we are rehashing it kind of with our own takes and stuff like that. We can put out opinions and stuff. I don't want to be a reaction channel. I'm trying to stay away from that. Although it seems like the easy thing to do right now. If you do see me doing one, try not to be too hard on me. I am going to try to stay away from reaction stuff though. Other than, reaction to showcases. Nuclear Tango says, but it is hard to make augments for class combos. You don't have the 3. Here's another thought. Are you guys excited for the fighter stream coming up next week? I am. I'm excited for it. I very well might be a fighter in some way, shape, or form. If Rogue is not to my satisfying with its stealth. And, since they're not going to get full stealth, at least it appears so, I very might well just be like a bruiser or something like that with the fighter. Yeah, man, I would love to see some agility-based skills. Yep. Did everybody see Dread and how fast Dread was in that showcase? My God. I mean, he looked like Flash. It was crazy. As is the main class, definitely. Yeah. No, I am excited to see it. Spin to win. With that stuff. Hey, we have our new high in the channel. We got, well, at least streaming this Ashes. We are up to 13 viewers. Thank you all for coming in. If you guys are entertained, please hit that follow. I can use it. Check out my YouTube.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Tango says, as its main class, definitely. Yeah. Rockta says, that's what I mean. Yep. No. And, was it Cass says, out to make dinner? Yeah. Like I said, I'm having sloppy peon tonight. Sloppy peon. I'm going to have Jericho make me a few cups of coffee, maybe a few pots, because I want to stay up. I know I'm pretty sure we got Rive tonight. And right after that, I think Rive is probably going to hit up Jamie because Jamie wasn't on last week. You're making sloppy joes too? Rockta, I got your YouTube stream open as well. Oh, awesome. Thanks. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's rough. I streamed before on Twitch, right?
Motherfucking server is down. Get that shit back up. We trying to play. Bunch of motherfuckers at home that's locked in.
I don't want to hear that shit when Ashes comes up, but I know we're gonna be seeing that one a lot. I love that wave. I know we're gonna be seeing it a lot. Thank you, Grumpy, for that. But yeah, I used to stream Dead by Daylight. I think it was over 8 years ago. So that's why I got so many followers in Twitch, but it's a different genre, so not a lot of them are coming in for Ashes. So, but the YouTube one, that's brutal to get up. Nuclear Tango says, I'm liking that piece of combat is getting faster and melee. That I do too. I really do. Chaos says it was back in 2016 when you streamed it. Yeah, it was a long time ago, my friend. I like the whole momentum idea. It looks like it's going to be really, really cool. I want to know, are they going to do more damage too with that momentum? If they're going to do more damage too, man, healers are going to want to focus them to make sure that they stay up. And that I'm going to be a fighter then. Because if I know I'm going to be getting heals, because I'm going to get stronger as I'm spinning to win, I'm picking fighter. Hell yeah. So I want to, you want to play something and you're going to get some heals. If I'm a scrub rogue, they're going to be like, save yourself. So, or a ranger, hop out of there with your air raid and get the hell out of the way. They're going to say, screw you. But the fighter, if they know they can peel for them and stuff like that, fighters and tanks, yeah, tank. Dude, what do you guys think about that name, Tank? You think they're going to change that, or is that like set in stone? I don't know. I think that they probably could have reached in their, excuse me, they probably could have reached in their bag of tricks and pulled out a better name than Tank. Just saying. But Tank says, I love getting in there and wreaking havoc and fights breaking up. Hey, Crypto Game, that sounds like the D&D class. Says, hey, Crypto, welcome to the channel, buddy. I'm glad you showed up. Glad to have you here. By the way, guys, another plug for the Golden Feather Tavern. If you guys haven't checked them out, check them out. I will be live on the Golden Feather Tavern with Chibi and Vertec on April 2nd. So make sure you guys come check that stream out with them. I would appreciate your support and make fun of me and do all the things that you guys normally like to do. And just don't touch me in the butt.
Me not that kind of orc.
I hope everyone is having a wonderful Saturday. Guys, thank you so... Roxazo definitely will be watching. Awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subs. We are going to see if Rive is online right now. And he is not. Somebody needs to message Rive and tell his ass to get online. We'll wait a few more minutes, but then we are going to go ahead and raid Rive. Yet, they are good folks. If somebody wants to see me dance, you can play the chicken song dance, Yeah, no, we got so many, and that's what, if you haven't heard my story, that's why I came back to streaming, was because I love this game. I have a passion for Ashes of Creation. And I saw the community that we have on the forums. We got a really good community on the forums to Ashes of Creation. Reddit, not so much. I'm not going to go there. Yeah, enough about that. But the content creators that we have on Ashes of Creation are absolutely fabulous. when I would stream DBD, they were not this friendly. They were not nice, and it was a cutthroat biz. And the Ashes of Creation content creators are some of the best I've ever found. And I said to myself, I want to be part of that. I want to be part of this community. I'm here. I'm here to stay. I'm glad I'm here. This is my last freaking game. I'm glad you guys are here enjoying this with me. Come on, Ryan. Where are you at, my friend? But don't forget, guys, make sure you're collecting those channel points because you will have a chance to win those closed beta keys. I got 5 of them. 5. There's my hand. 5 of them that are going to be up. As my man from Germany, where you been at all my life? You're late. You're getting here right as I leave, brother. Come on. But we've had a bunch of new people popping tonight. It's going to be a lot, Rockta. I think because obviously those are really valuable, and I don't want to give them for money. So that's all right, my friend. I'm just glad to have you here. I don't want to give them for money or anything like that because I want people to be able to have a chance to get them. And I felt like channel points was the easiest way to do it. So I'm thinking probably like 50,000 channel points. So it's going to be a lot. So you're going to have to watch in order to win. Awesome. Thank you. King all you got to do, Shakur, is be here to watch and get those channel points. Especially make sure you're watching when I go live in July or in the summer when I'm off and on spring break. Even if I'm playing another game, Talking Ashes, like I'm thinking about playing some Dead by Daylight or something like that this next week. And feel free to join me on those games if you have them. But yeah, collect those channel points. You just got to be a follower and a sub, and then that's it. And then you'll have a chance to win those. So, Roxy says, bro, I haven't even got 54 allergic. I'll judge it by, how people are doing on channel points. Obviously, I'm not going to make it unobtainable. But I want to put the bar high right now because I don't want it too low. And that's another reason, because we all have these bots in our channel and stuff like that. And that's why I'm making it where they got to be a follower and a sub, because I don't want them because they're always in the channel collecting channel points. So I don't want them to count. So I want people who are actually interactive, chatting with me and stuff like that. Yeah, you got 280K in Jamie's. Yeah, I have quite a few in Jamie's and some of the others. Those keys are a prize. No, absolutely. Speaking of Jamie, I can't wait to hit him up with Pick Your Poison earlier. Where is let me message Rive real quick, guys, and find out if he's coming on here. Because, let's see. Where you at, Rive? Let's see. Ready to raid. Okay. He's live now? Alright, let me see. Ready to raid. Yeah, for some reason it's not showing up. Let me see. Right. There we go. Alright, yeah, he's live, guys. Alright, guys. Thank you very much for showing up to all you new guys. Thank you so much. Please come back, check me out. I'll be streaming a lot next week. We'll play some games, have some fun. Always talk Ashes. That's what we do. Just moments ago, Ass says, with the hologram Ashes in my only. Oh, you like that, huh? All right. Hey, we're going to play this as we go out, guys. Everyone have a good one, and we'll talk to you soon, guys. God bless. See you on Rive's channel. Thank you very much. Dankeschön, darling, Dankeschön.
Me not that kind of orc.
Well, yeah, sometimes I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're such a wonderful crowd. We'd like to play a little tune for you. It's one of my personal favorites. And I'd like to dedicate it to a young man who doesn't think he's seen anything good today. Cameron Fry, this one's for you.
Dankeschön, darling, Dankeschön. Bye, guys.
Thank you for all the joy